Now Hussein, he said, no, I will not pledge to Yazid because he's unjust rule. So they say, you have to fight with us. So Hussein, with 72 people, including women and children, he said, I'll fight. Night before Ashura, he shut down all the lamps and he said, anybody want to leave? He can leave now. I will not mind. I'll fight with them. And then he shut down the lamps. Nobody left him. Everybody want to fight and die with him, to be martyred. And then morning, they faced the army of 30,000, the army of Yazid. And one by one, his children, his nephews, his friends, everybody going in the battlefield, killing many of them, and finally falling down as martyred, as shaheed. His son Ali Akbar was young man, he died. His brother's son Qasim, he went and fought bravely and he died. He was martyred. And his sister's children, Zainab, his sister, who is a granddaughter of Prophet Muhammad, his children also were sacrificed for the sake of Allah. Because 3 days they have no water, because they control the water of the Euphrates River. So the family of the Prophet Muhammad, they have no water. And they were thirsty for 3 days, for 8, 9 and 10 of Muharram, and hungry because they were controlled by this army. Now the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, he cannot see his young son of 6 months, Ali Asghar, crying for water. So his brother Abbas, there were 7 brothers who were shaheed. He himself, Hussein, his brother Abbas, his other brother Abu Bakr, Umar, Usman, and 2 more brothers. They are all 7 children of Ali radiallahu anhu. How great sacrifice is it? And then his brother Abbas, he said, okay, let me go. He's a brave man. I will go and fight to that army and get water. So he go along the army. He straightly go, killing them. He reached to the river and he wanted to drink water to get his strength, but he remembered of the children. So he did not drink even a drop of water. He carried the water and then he going back to the camp to give water to the children and women. And he was attacked by the arrow and then he was attacked by the swords. So when they see he cannot stop, they cut his arm and he hold the water skin with the another hand. They cut his other hand. Then he hold the skin with his teeth and he was running towards the camp to bring water to his family, to the children and women. And the last adults to be drink. He did not drink himself. And they shoot the arrow to his skin, the water skin. And water was maybe like poison or it's already fall down. And then finally they cut his head, they slaughtered him. And that was a great man, Abbas. And then Hussein, he came with the son and then he put him in the front of these people, the stoned heart people. He showed them, this baby cannot fight with you. Just give him one sip of water so he will stop crying. Then one of the people, he shoot the arrow with the 3 mouth and hit on the throat of the Ali Asghar, the son of Imam Hussein. And he was martyred, shaheed. He get the blood in his hand and he show it all in the above. He said, Allah, I give this blood for you also. Sacrifice for you. Just for you to be happy with us. And then one by one, everybody was sacrificed in the way of Allah. And then finally, Hussein, he went in the battlefield. His sister let him to ride the horse. And one of his son left. He was very sick, high fever. Ali his name, but they called it Zainul Abidin. He was the survivor, and from him the Prophet Muhammad generation was continued. So he went to the battlefield and he tell them, I am the grandson of your prophet, who you believe prophet. Why you want to fight? Why you want to kill me? Their heart was sealed. They did not mind this. They attacked him. He killed hundreds of them. And he has more than 100 wounds on his body. Sword and his spears and arrows and all his body with the blood. And then finally he fell down after killing many of them. Probably near to Maghrib time. He put his head on the ground and they cut his head. And head of the other Ahl Bayt, they brought it to Yazid in Sham, in Syria, for 1,600 miles, thousands of kilometers. And all the women of the Prophet's family, Zainab and other women, the Sakina, they brought them all together, walk all the way with the chains and removing their hijab. This was the atrocities made by the Yazid and his army. And then the Zainab, she cursed them in the palace of Yazid, that may Allah curse upon you. And then Yazid also sent the army to Medina because they were revolt against him. And he blood-shelled thousands of Sahaba. And his army raped the thousands of Sahabiyat. And the Prophet's mosque, where people were praying before, it was full of blood. And he put the horses there. And then finally he was attacking Makkah to control Abdullah bin Zubair and Makkah. And that time Allah gave him the very bad death to Yazid. That he has a very bad disease. And there was also some riwayat that his horse bringing away very far place and killed him. The other riwayah was a very bad disease. He keep on drinking water, but he cannot quench his thirst because he let the Prophet's family to be thirsty for 3 days. Now you compare this kind of sacrifice to all the sacrifices of the world. Even the prophets like Prophet Jesus, he was not crucified. He was about to be crucified. Prophet Abraham, he was about to sacrifice his son, but his son was not sacrificed and it was replaced with the sheep. But Hussein and his family were killed with thirst, killed with arrows and sword and spears. His son was not able to get water. Dalias got 6 months old, but the arrow in his neck, in his throat. So what we should imitate with them. Not that you have to blood yourself or you have to beat yourself, no. What you can imitate to them, to fast on the day of Ashurah. Don't drink and don't eat on that day. Just to imitate the family of the Prophet Muhammad, how they sacrifice, we are going to sacrifice for Allah. We are going to fast on the day of Ashurah.